Lloyd Polite, Jr., simply known as Lloyd, is an American R&B recording artist from Atlanta, Georgia. Lloyd entered the music industry as a member of the preteen-boy band N-Toon. The group disbanded in 2001 and Lloyd embarked on a solo career in 2003. He subsequently signed a recording contract with the Incorporated Records and Def Jam Recordings. In 2004, Lloyd released his solo debut single Southside, the title track of his debut album, Southside. The single features Ashanti, and it quickly charted on the US Billboard Hot 100, and became a top 40 hit. His second album Street Love, was released on March 13, 2007. It featured top 20 hits You, and It Shawty. His third album Lessons in Love, gave the singer his second top 10 Billboard 200 album. Lloyd's career received an enormous boost in 2009 €10 after being featured on the second single of Young Money's hit single BedRock, gaining publicity from his presence on its guest list. Lloyd also released a 2009 EP entitled Like Me, the Young Goldie EP. On March 13, 2010, Lloyd signed to Interscope and Zone 4. His fourth album King of Hearts, was released July 5, 2011. The first single, Lay It Down, became a top 10 hit on Billboard's Hot R&B hip-hop songs. Early life, Lloyd Polite, Jr. was born in New Orleans, Louisiana on January 3, 1986 to Lloyd Polite, Sr. and Robin Lewis Polite. He grew up in Decatur, Georgia, attended Stevenson High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Musical career 1996 2001, career beginnings with N-Toon In 1996, Lloyd joined N-Toon, the teen pop group put together by Clamorksh's Joyce Irby, in 1996, appearing on their 2000 album Toon Time, released by DreamWorks. Later that year, MCA Records crossed over into its parent company, Geffen Records. Many of the artists on its roster were let go, including N-Toon. The group disbanded in 2001. That same year, Polite signed his first solo record deal under basketball player Magic Johnson unregistered trademark SMJM label. 2003 2005, Southside In 2003, Lloyd was discovered and signed to I've Got as the Incorporated Records as a solo artist and released his debut album, Southside, on July 20, 2004. It debuted at number 11 on the US Billboard 200 and number 3 on the top R&B hip-hop albums charts, selling over the R&B singer Ashanti, managed to peak at number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 13 on the top R&B hip-hop songs charts. The second single, Hey Young Girl, was released in August 2004 and peaked at number 61 on the top R&B hip-hop songs chart. The third and final single, Southside Remix, featured Ashanti and rapper Scarface. Later that year he featured on 8 Ball and MJG's Forever, and Tango Reed's Let's Cheat. In 2004, Lloyd was featured on label mate Ja Rule's Caught Up. The song saw minor success in the United States, reaching number 65 on the top R&B hip-hop songs chart. However, on the UK singles chart the song peaked at number 20. 2006 2007, Street Love the singer re-entered the recording studios to begin work with producers Brian Michael Cox, James Lackey, Jazz Fair, Big Reese and Jasper Cameron and the Incorporated 7 Aurelius. Released on March 13, 2007, Street Love debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 and top R&B hip-hop albums charts, with sales of 145,000 copies emerging as Lloyd's highest debut and biggest first week. It eventually received a gold certification, and has sold over 500,000 copies domestically. The album's lead single, Jasper Cameron Penned You, featured rapper Lil Wayne, was a big commercial success, becoming his first top 10 single on the Hot 100. In addition, it reached the top position on the Billboard Hot R&B hip-hop songs chart. The single reached number 45 in the United Kingdom and number 25 in New Zealand. The second single Get It Shawty reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 4 on the top R&B hip-hop songs charts. It also reached number 37 in the United Kingdom. The third and final single, Player's Prayer, was released and peaked at number 74 on the top R&B hip-hop songs chart. The song was not promoted and didn't receive a music video. Later in 2007, he was featured on Who's When I Hustle, and Dem Franchise Boys' Turn Heads. Both songs saw minor success in the United States, reaching number 80 and 75 on the top R&B hip-hop songs chart. 2008 Euro 2009, Lessons in Love and Departure from the Incorporated Lessons in Love was released August 4, 2008. The title concept derives from a schoolboy fantasy of mine, where I become a professor of a classroom full of gorgeous girls, and I feel the best thing I can give them that's really worth having is lessons in love. He said about the issues worked into the tracks. The album debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the top R&B hip-hop albums charts, with moderately successful first-week sales €51,000, about half as many as his previous effort, number 2 album Street Love. How We Do It, featured rapper Ludacris, was released as the first single, peaking at number 77 on the US Billboard Top R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart and number 75 on the UK charts. Due to the low success of the song, it only appeared on select versions of the album as a bonus track. The second single, Girls Around the World, featured Lil Wayne and was a moderate hit. It peaked at number 64 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 13 on the top R&B hip-hop songs charts. The third and final single was Year of the Lover. The single version featured rapper Plies. It only peaked at number 1 on the Billboard bubbling under R&B hip-hop singles. In June 2009, it was announced that Lloyd would depart from the Incorporated Records. Lloyd stated that he was focusing on just growing in general. A song titled Pusher, produced by The Runners, written by Lloyd, Raymond Ray Gordon, Sean Slim McMillian, and The Monarch and featuring Joel Santana was leaked online. Joel Santana was later replaced on the song by Lil Wayne, but later both verses were put together and was released as the lead single from his EP, Like Me, the Young Goldie EP. Lloyd also collaborated with Lil Wayne on the song Bedrock, which is the second single from Lil Wayne's record label Young Money compilation album. On March 13 it was confirmed that Lloyd signed to Interscope Records. 2010 Euro 2011, King of Hearts on May 2010 Lloyd teamed up with fellow New Orleans native Mystical and recorded Set Me Free. The video was shot primarily in the Calliope projects of New Orleans. The song featured heavy brass sounds and a sample of Unchain My Heart by Ray Charles. On July 25, 2010, Lloyd announced via Twitter that his new album will be entitled King of Hearts. It was released on July 5, 2011, and on August 16, 2010, Lloyd released the first single entitled Lay It Down. The second single was Cupid, and the third single released was Dedication to My Ex. To date, the single is Lloyd's biggest international hit, peaking at number 3 on the Australian and UK charts. The song features Andra copyright 3000 of Outkast and is narrated by Lil Wayne. The fourth single released from the album is Be the One featuring Trey Songz and Young Jeezy. The single was released on December 18 and the music video premiered as the Jam of the Week on MTV Jams. 2012 Euro present, the Playboy Diaries series On October 29, 2012 Lloyd released his first mixtape, The Playboy Diaries Volume 1. It features Lil Wayne, August Alsina, Try the Truth among others. In January 2013 Lloyd released a song called Twerk Off featuring rapper Juicy J and was produced by Drummer Boy. He's currently recording his second mixtape, The Playboy Diaries Volume 2. Personal life. On September 3, 2010, Lloyd cut off his signature long hair and donated it to charity. On July 6, 2011, Lloyd revealed a new tattoo of Guns N' Roses that was tattooed on the back of his head. Controversy. While on a 2012 concert tour in New Zealand, Lloyd and several members of his entourage were interviewed by Auckland police over the vicious assault of a local father in front of children in a suburban playground. A witness to the incident had said Lloyd and his group had approached a couple earlier in the day looking for drugs. Local media reported Lloyd and his associates narrowly escaped prosecution, leaving the country the next day. Discography: Southside, Street Love, Lessons in Love, King of Hearts. References. External links: Lloyd's blog, Lloyd on Twitter, Lloyd on Facebook, Lloyd at the Internet Movie Database.